Here we go again. I'm back making a Messhunting video. This Messhunting video is actually an extension of the previous Messhunting video. It was when I was making it, it almost became an hour long, so I've created this extension. This Messhunting video will highlight some things that have gone on in Whitebox Rise. I previously looked into the reserve area near in Whitebox Rise called the Jack Perry Reserve. It's very interesting. Once you scratch the surface, it's amazing what you will find. Okay, let's continue on with this Messhunting video. Alright, let's do it.
Just found some graffiti along here on this sign here. I didn't see it, but I just noticed this graffiti. It's very interesting to find. Very happy that I didn't find broken glass in that area there, although I have seen a few energy drink paraphernalia. So this is still very interesting. So this is a very interesting walk. What I found in this reserve was very interesting indeed. Okay, I just found a bowl that looks like an alcoholic beverage, something alcoholic. I haven't been to that part of the reserve, and I found some broken glass. Maybe the Vandals must be watching my videos or something, where they talk about the broken glass I've been seeing, and they decide to hide it away. Pretty sure those Vandals would be too stupid to understand the context of the video. Okay, I found something else along inside there. Okay. Looks to be some shapes or something. Anyone knows what this is, please let me know. Oh, there's some tissues here. Oh, and I think I stepped on a branch. There's some more stuff in here. I'm curious about this cup. I don't know what that's there for. Okay. I'm sort of curious about that rock there. I always thought it would be part of a drain. This sort of mess is very interesting to look at. This area here, I think it's the last part of Whitebox Rise to be developed. And there's the Bears Hill. If I could, I'd go up there, but I don't know. There aren't any buses that go out here yet. Hopefully in the future they can send out buses out here. I'm now at a local playground, and there's nothing too suspicious out here. It's one of the newer playgrounds. Okay, I think I see a few things along here. Looks to be some broken glass. Well, not broken glass. Sort of curious. Looks to be a piece of plastic. Here I am at the local playground. There's a few things along here, but not much. And this is one of the newer parts of Wodonga. There's something interesting along there. It's one of these new simpler playgrounds. Here's the picnic area. There's not anything interesting to look at yet. I suppose there might be other things soon. I don't know yet. There's the park, the playground. There might be something interesting that grows, that's hiding along there, but I go to that. Okay, I'm continuing my walk along here. It's all very interesting to look at. There's some flowers growing here. Springtime. And there's flowers growing along here, the native ones. And this is a very interesting area. I just bought something just here. I wonder what that is. Looks like someone has dumped a can of Pepsi just down there. People really love to tell you that they've been here because they leave their favourite drinks out here. I've heard this area is this part of Wodonga and Whitebox Rise is very dodgy. Well, I can tell you it is very dodgy, especially in that reserve that I looked at earlier. There's a very interesting creek here. So this is a very interesting walk. It doesn't really feel very shady, although those trees here are still growing. Okay, this plant is very interesting. Yellow lavender, it looks like. So this area just up there is not finished yet. I suppose it will be finished within the next couple of years or so, and then Whitebox Rise will be all built up. And what lies below that hill is the Wattle View Estate, and it's also being built up as well. So they're still building. I say in like 20 years, it'll all be done. In like 20 years or so. Okay, there's one of these other fitness stations. It's all very interesting to look at, really. There's more of those native flowers. It's lovely, isn't it? Okay, I'm now entering the part of town. It's called McLeon Park, and it's not really very shady at McLeon Park. Okay, this is McLeon Park. I don't see any suspicious activity yet. I reckon this might happen if I go close to the shops. I believe Whitebox Rise has a bowl shop, the BWS shop next to the Woolies. And there's something here for puppy dogs to drink. Okay, I hear a garbage truck. There's one of those picnic tables there. There's the drinking fountain. but they're probably being turned off for COVID's sake. Then I hear a garbage truck along here. There's one of these fitness stations. Okay, I'm now reaching one of those basketball courts. Okay, and this is a very interesting area. There's the JJ Richards truck. That must have been what was making the noise. Here it is. And there's a whole bunch of new homes that have been built. Okay, I'm now continuing walking along here in this sort, and here's some more mess, something from Hungry Jack's, I believe. And this part of Wodonga is a very interesting little area. Doesn't really feel very shady if you live in one of those houses there. Some of those houses look really lovely. Okay, there's some few things along here, and I just found some broken glass. That's nasty. I haven't really seen much broken glass. It's not too bad. I've seen much worse. I've been looking at the various messes around town. One of the stations where you can collect bags and, you know, take dogs' droppings. Okay, I just found some more broken glass. And there's Outlook. This Whitebox Drive is a very beautiful place, but I'm not seeing anything too beautiful about that. There's the Parkway Display Centre. So this is one of the very new parts of Whitebox Rise. It looks really beautiful, but it's not. There's nothing too beautiful when you look at this. And I just bought something there. There's that, some glass. There's some old graffiti on that sign. There's some more stuff there. Sort of showing something very interesting here. Hopefully later this there will be a bus service that comes out here. Hopefully. Going up this hill, it's mostly being built up now. There's houses with solar panels on it. This postbox there. There's a house with black bricks. It's all very interesting. If I continue walking up this hill, there'll be lots of things to look at. And there's a lot of things up here. This hill's rather steep. Maybe they can run a bus up here one day. Very interesting. I can imagine being one of the residents at Whitebox Rise and they want to take a bus, but the bus has to but the nearest bus stops are all the way down. There's all sorts of... I wonder what would be going up here. There's a house there that's still under construction. I'd really love to ride a bus up here. At least there's those tactile things there. Nearly at the top of the hill. And this place doesn't really have much shade, though. This place doesn't really have much shade. It would be nice if this place could have some shade. But once you go up this hill, you're presented with a rather nice view. And here we are, outlook. And this path hasn't been built yet. But this is the Graffiti view. But this street here is the Graffiti view. There's a roundabout there. Tell this area is a bit overgrown. So just along here will become the Graffiti. There will eventually be houses being built along here. There's some native fauna being built here, planted there for flora. And I just found something inside this construction site. There is a bucket of KFC. Okay, I wonder how it even ends up here. Curious. And there's the Outlook sign up there. If you take a look, this is a rather nice view of the town where I live. So you can see parts of West Albury up there. It's a really nice view, and you can see Monument Hill. It's that white thing is up there. You can see Monument Hill. It's a nice view up here. They should build a playground up here or something. Maybe up there, on top of that hill. Maybe they could build a playground there. There's lots of mayflower going to be planted. Flora going to be planted along here. I'm going to continue this walk. I'm going to have a nice view of the town where I live. I like this view. I think one day this part of town should have the local buses up here. There's some flowers being planted here. They're still building some of the houses up here. There will soon be houses being built along here. I can imagine being one of those residents when that house there is towering over them. It's going to be a very interesting house. So here are a group of lots for sale. And there's a galah there. There's still a lot of work that needs to be done. And there is a construction site. It looks really cool, this view. There's still a bunch of lots that are for sale. So these are all the markers of all the lots that will be there. I think they'll probably be digging up all this soil there and then and then build the houses so that they have a level. Now I really need to use the bathroom. Let's try and go down to the nearest toilet. It's a really nice view and all, but it takes a lot of effort to get up here. And I just found a Jim Beam. So it's very interesting what you find. And there's some income hunter jacks there. It's a very interesting place, really. Find all sorts of things. I really hope that there is no bottle shop being built, because if it does get built, well, it's a train wreck for the whole city. Okay, there's a unit for sale. It's one of these mini units. So it's all very interesting. A very interesting look downtown. Okay, I found some milk box there. At the War Memorial along there, I found some broken glass. It's not a nice look for town. It's rather nasty. If you remember seeing a kid on the screw just there, there's actually young children that live around here, as I've said earlier in the Messhunting video. That there's young families that live around here. And I mean very, very young families. There's lots of there's a piece of broken glass along there. There's also some other stuff that goes on in that there's other stuff that went on in that reserve. Photographs prove it. I've seen the info to this Messhunting video. Something that helps you, there are 3 fast food outlets. There's the Hungry Jack's just there, and there's more the McDonald's and the KFC down the road. So I see all sorts of things along around here. It's very interesting when you take a look. And here's Hungry Jack's attempt to copy McDonald's or something. I don't know. Attempt, like Hungry Jack's attempt to copy McDonald's, and I think Carl's Jr. tried to do the same thing, like copy McDonald's in some form. Whitebox Rice is a very interesting area. I remember living here in 2015, which was over 5 years ago now. It's Whitebox Rice is a place where you see those fancy street light. Whitebox Rice is a place where you see those fancy looking street light poles. There's also another place where you don't see any power poles. All of it is underground. Like all of that is underground. Although from the 80s, I'm pretty sure from the 80s, parts of West Wodonga were, like the outer West Wodonga, the part was partly built out of parts of West Wodonga were built out of with the basic wooden street light poles, whereas these Whitebox Rice has those fancy looking ones. So this part of town is still very interesting. Although you put something like this, and as I've said earlier in the video, Whitebox Rice will start getting built up in 2007 onwards, and all the houses started building in 2009. Ways opened in early 2013. So in summer 2013 to 2014, it really started to, Whitebox Rise really started to get the, Whitebox Rise really, the pool really started to attract those visitors. Although from 2007 it took something like 5 years for a bus service to link the rest of the bus network in Wodonga. Although I expect to see, well, if you don't know me, I'm the person that was on the newspaper in January 2019 on the local newspaper, the Border Mail, regarding my bus network. It's really interesting, really. And I plan on having a bus route that loops around Whitebox Rise from Whitebox Rise. Because that way it's easier for people who live in Whitebox Rise to get to the shops without having to walk. Although currently Whitebox Rise is served by just 2 bus routes, routes E and S. Although there will be a lot more routes in the future. We're probably going to have to upgrade the Whitebox shopping centre at some point, maybe at a little basement level or something. So this part of town's very interesting.
The problems in Whitebox Rise have not just been confined to the virus times, but also they've gone on for many years. In fact, I remember when I was living in the estate at one time, I remember a robbery taking place in the neighbourhood that I lived in. I remember the police coming up to my house the next day to investigate. The problems have not just gone on during the virus times, and I've heard from other people who say that they lived in Whitebox Rise that the problems do not go away. In the next Mess Hunter video, it's a complex and very interesting Mess Hunter video. I noticed that all the tags in the 2 tunnels underneath Melrose Drive and Trudwine Road have had all their tags removed, but then I noticed that the tags have started to become reapplied. I noticed a very vile tag being written in those 2 tunnels. Something I'll also take a look at in the next Mess Hunter video is all the other messes that go on around West Wodonga. Now I've noticed similar problems that go on in those 2 tunnels. Something very interesting I'll take a look at in West Wodonga is a lovely mural, and why we need more of those around Wodonga. Ah yes, the next Mess Hunter video I'll be travelling to a wonderful part of Wodonga called Birralee in West Wodonga.